Hey guys, welcome to our special call with the legendary Todd Falcone. First time I met Todd was, well, maybe I heard him before this, but I met him in person in Scottsdale, Arizona. Susan Sly put on an amazing training, and I was so impressed, number one, with Todd just being like a regular down-to-earth guy. I don't even think I realized at first who you were, and you were so real. Just like a friend, but you have so much knowledge and so much wisdom. He has been in the industry for the past 15 years. He's spoken to audiences in over 30 countries. If you follow Todd on social media, make sure that you do. You're going to be number one, entertained. He's super hilarious on social media, and he gives a lot of great value. He's got a weekly podcast on Monday nights, dials, calls. You can listen to him. He's been in the field, so Todd is not just a generic network marketing trainer. He actually has built businesses, and he's the author of The Fearless Networking, which is one of the best-selling network marketing books of all time. I have a bunch of his stuff, his CDs. They're all behind me here in my library. And Wendy and I both did his program with him, the A-Team, and just got our butts handed to us on a week, pretty much. Was it, I can't remember how it went. Yeah, it was like every week. And after I did that, I got an $11,000 bonus. I think it was 11,000. I remember that. So Todd makes you work, but he gets results. He's got great little, tons of resources, little black book of scripts, all sorts of stuff. You can see it in my post, but he's just all around just an awesome dude as well. Beautiful wife, two cute boys. I love following them on social media. So welcome, Todd. Thanks for helping the little engine that could, our team here. We're continuing along after, 8 years for me, 11 years for Wendy, and we have a great company. But we're looking for your advice and your wisdom, and yeah, thanks for being here.
Yeah, my pleasure. I think
so great to have you, Todd. Thank you.
Yeah, Wendy, great to see you too. I think I can. So funny, the little engine that could. So yeah, so I've been around the block for a little bit. It's actually, I've been speaking for 15 years. I've been in the network marketing profession for 30. Long time, Caroline. How you doing? What's up? I can't see you, but I can see you. Anyhow, so good to be here. Big fan of Isogenics. There you are. What's up? Great to see you. So big fan of Isogenics, followed you guys for pretty much the entire tenure of the company. I actually knew Jim and Kathy before Isogenics was even a company. I actually met them in Carmel, California, like 1992 at a business opportunity meeting at the mouth of the valley in Carmel. That's when I first met them. So going way, 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 way back. So
can I just jump out, Todd? I got to tell you this story about Carmel because Canadian Celebration, Jim and Kathy were there, and they were doing this fireside chat. And Eric, they were talking about Eric Cooper they said, well, what does your mom do? Oh, she helps people with their health and their wellness, and she helps people make money. And then Jim Cooper said, I overheard someone say, what does your dad do? And they said, well, he rides motorbikes and he goes surfing. And then that's when Jim was like, maybe I need to come back, It's cute.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. So yeah, look, here's the deal. I mean, you guys all know that you represent an amazing brand. I'm well aware of all that is going on in Isogenics and, everything that's happened over the many years and all the growth and, the relative market adjustment that you guys have had over the last couple of years. I mean, you guys, to me, will go down in history as one of the greatest companies that has ever existed in the profession of network marketing. There's no question about that. My wife and I have been customers for, I think, 14 years. Hold on. By the way, I didn't pull out. I actually regularly drink out of this, so it sounded like I pulled it out for a brand. Actually, I will put it aside if I'm speaking for another network marketing company, but I have no problem, if I'm doing an Isogenics training, drinking out of my regular cup that I'm drinking out of. So, but let's talk about now and what's up and kind of what's going on. And let's see if we can, I think there might be, well, I guess we're good. I think we're all muted. So if we can get Amanda, can you do me a favor? And you're muted. No, you're not. Can you mute up, please? That'd be awesome. That way, we're just getting a little bit of feedback. So, obviously, there's. Let's talk about the elephant in the room real quick. Corona not the kind that you put a lime in, unfortunately, which would be great. I mean, like that'd be a great virus to have. It's like coronavirus, even though I know we're all into health and wellness, but an ice cold Corona on a beach in Mexico is pretty yummy. So there's no doubt that there's some craziness going on right now. And it's like, I've had a lot of people reach out to me. I actually had over 100 people reach out to me last week or a week and a half ago when I kind of put it out there that I would do free trainings for groups. And I've done like 40 of them already. So I've still got a bunch more books. Like I'm training for like 8 hours a day, every day for like next couple of weeks. So, and I'm basically, I want to have a chat with you guys about like, what do you do right now? Like what's the plan of attack? What's the plan of action? Like, do you just sit at home and sit on the couch and do nothing and just wait it out? Should we even be talking about business given all that's going on? Should we be talking about product given all that's going on? Is it insensitive to do that? I think, look, there's an awakening that's occurring right now, you guys. There is a serious awakening. And while this roller coaster ride that we're on right now is not the kind that we really like to be on, like at Disneyland or something, all this Corona stuff there's nothing fun about it. I guess the fun thing about it is I get to be home. Well, I'm always home with my kids and my family anyhow, but we're figuring out how to be creative and keep the kids busy doing things that, so there's a little bit of challenge on like, how can we get a little bit more creative and all of that? I'm sure you guys are all dealing with that as well. But look, here's the thing. Many people out there right now that are not aware of network marketing are quite literally at home. If they're religious people, they're praying for God to bring them an opportunity. Please bring me something. And if somebody's not religious, they're just thinking, oh, please bring me something. What am I going to do here? Because my income is cut off in many cases. A lot of people are losing their jobs or unable to earn income. And network marketers, there's an awakening for network marketers. Those network marketers that maybe have been in network marketing that have not really treated the business as seriously as they should have. They're going, oh man, why didn't I? Why didn't I step up and step forward? Because I wouldn't be tripping out right now. And for those people, it's, you can sit there and live in regret, or you can decide right now that you're going to do things differently, and you're never, ever going to be stuck in this situation ever again. You're going to decide right now that like, there's a big reason why you want residual income and why you want to be responsible and step forward. And you can sit there again, and there's no sense in living in the news. There's no sense in living in your news feed, and there's no sense in living in the past. Okay. None of that's going to help you. I mean, like the news feed on Facebook, for example, most of the time is kind of entertaining and fun. Right now, it's pretty much not. There's not a whole lot of good stuff. You can follow me on Facebook, and you're not going to see anything negative. You're going to see me staying positive through all this because I made a decision. It's like I can only control what I can control, which is my own decision making. I can't control all the weird stuff that's going on out there. I can practice social distancing and do all this. The new term, I've never even heard the term. That's like a new term, social distancing. Never heard that term until a month ago or 3 weeks ago or whenever it started. But we've got to do what we've got to do. And as long as God gives you the ability to wake up tomorrow morning and breathes air into your lungs and blood flowing through your veins, I think you all, representing one of the greatest brands in the entire profession, have a responsibility. And your responsibility is not to sit idle. You can't allow yourself to be pulled into the darkness. You can't allow yourself to be stuck in, on your couch all day looking at the news, which is just the same thing repeated over and over again all day long. You can't allow yourself to be just blindly be going through your news feed and just looking at the drama and everybody's opinions about what's going to happen. I think because here's the deal. I've been to a lot of events over the last couple of years, and there's been this term that actually is a new term actually as well. I mean, including social distancing being a new term. I've heard the term gig economy. The gig economy is like things like Uber, Lyft, Airbnb, freelancing, things like that. It's a relatively new term. Some people actually did a training earlier today with about 90 people, and over half of the people didn't even know what that term was. Those things that have been relative competition, where in other words, people have choices. They could do network marketing, or they can go get in their car and go Uber. They're out of business. I have a very good friend of mine that I was supposed to be visiting this week, and she has 2 rooms that she rents out for Airbnb. She's got 98% cancellation. She relies on that income. So we are already a home-based or phone-based business. You can do this business anywhere at any time. You don't have to go anywhere. I mean, obviously we want to go places. We all like to get out and do things. I went for a walk in the woods today. But the truth is we can build it entirely from home. And so I think you need to make a decision today, if you haven't made it already, that you're going to step up, not step down. that you're going to check in, that you're not going to check out. Dr. Wayne Dyer has a quote, all worry is a waste of time. I understand it's like unsure and weird and bizarre, but how is worrying going to help out the situation? If you focus on the worry is going to grow. What you focus on grows. We need to be warriors, not worriers, okay? It's not the time to be in a worried situation. You need to be fighting as if your life depends on it. I really, really believe that this is a time for network marketing to shine. This is a time for you to shine. This is a time for you to be able to make a dramatic impact in the lives of other people, because there are people out there right now that are literally starving and waiting for somebody to reach out to them and say, please, God, help me. So if you've got something, bring it to me. In fact, I did a big training with, you guys know who Helen Coy is over in Australia? So I did a huge, and Paul McEnany, I had like monster number of people on this Zoom that I did, the other day. It was huge. I don't even know how many people they would fit on that Zoom, but it was like 280 people or something on that Zoom. And we were talking about that. Like right now is the time for you to move. Like people, in fact, when I talked to her the other day, she's like, I've had more orders come in out of the blue from people that haven't ordered in the past than I can even imagine. Like my sales volume skyrocketed, cycles skyrocketed, because people are like, you guys market food, or a lot of your products are food. What are those little new peanut butter things called? Those little peanut butter bites or whatever? Oh my gosh, those things are so good. I don't even know what they're called, but they're just good. I just call them, they should just be called yums, because they're just yummy. So you literally have food that people can have drop shipped to their house. You've got, obviously the shakes and, whey thins, all these different things. I mean, my wife just devours those things. Like, so you actually not only have an option for people, one of the only legitimate real options for people to make money right now, for somebody that might be stuck at home. And what are they buying? They're essentially buying food, right? So they're buying, depending on what they order. I mean, this isn't food, I'm drinking it, but it's nourishing me and replenishing my electrolytes. I haven't hydrated enough today. I've been too many Zooms, but so again, you got a choice to make. And this question has come up so many times. Should I be talking to people right now? Yes, you should. You have a responsibility to be reaching out to people. You have a responsibility, because I think, and if we really look at what network marketing is, we have one of the only viable solutions for people right now to be able to earn an income when they can't go to work. Like legitimately, that's like real deal kind of stuff. Not like, what's my choice? Like I have many friends right now that cannot go to work, and they don't have some amazing skill. Like they don't have like this thing where they could freelance and go make money. This is something where you can literally plug in and play if you step up to the plate. So I think we're doing people a disservice by not reaching out to people and sharing what Isogenics is, both from a business standpoint and from a product standpoint. And what's interesting is I had like hundreds of conversations the last few weeks. I've been on the phone or on a Zoom like for 15 hours a day for the last few weeks. And I had a girl that plugged into and bought one of my trainings. I have a training called Insider Secrets to Recruiting Professionals, which is all about recruiting up the socioeconomic chain, recruiting realtors, insurance agents, mortgage people, professional salespeople, small business owners. And when she had gotten through the course, she said, I finished the course, I'm going to start, applying this stuff. She goes, would it be cool with you if I kept you up to date on what I'm doing? I'm like, yeah, just send me a text message whenever and just kind of keep me in the loop. So like every 2 days she sends me a text message. And she's been doing this for almost 3 weeks while we've been going through all this. She's like, I reached out to 9. I set 6 appointments. I reached out to 12. I set 4 appointments. I reached out to 16. I set up 10 appointments. I just signed up 3 people. Like I'm getting these text messages on my phone daily. Wednesday last week, she calls me, or no, she texted me and she said, I got a question. And I looked at the question. I'm like, I cannot text her back that question because it was too much for my thumb. So I picked up the phone and I called her and I answered the question that she had. And I said, how's it going? She's like, oh my gosh, Monday and Tuesday. She said, every single person that I picked up the phone, and she's specifically in this case talking, she's like 100% in her case talking to realtors. That's just like one of the categories that I teach in that course. And she said, not only are they saying yes, they're saying yes in the most enthusiastic way. They're like, yes, get it to me. What's the information? Please get it to me. Like now, I need it now. Right. And she said, I like literally the last 2 days, everybody has been like, so like enthusiastically open. She goes, I'm having so much fun doing this. Cause she's like, I'm like she's a relatively new network marketer, and like this whole idea of recruiting professionals, she was like, I'm a little intimidated by it, but she has been on it. And I don't know how many, I'd have to go through my text messages, but she's sponsored I think she's sponsored at least 6 people in the last 2.5 weeks while this is going on. Then yesterday, check this out. Yesterday, I get an email from my friend David, who I've known him for 25 years. He was in my downline way back in the day. And I'll tell you what the peak interest question is, Carolyn, in just a second. So I get this message yesterday afternoon, and David checks in, hey, how you doing? What's up with the family? He's somebody who was in my team like 25 years ago. He has been doing full-time residential real estate in Northern California for the last 7 years. He sent me a straight up message yesterday. He's like, I need to get back into network marketing now. He said, I can't do open houses. I know for a fact I'm not going to be doing any deals the next couple months. I mean, the writing's on the wall. Everybody here, we're pretty much in shutdown mode. And he's like, I wish I just never stopped doing network marketing. I'm like, well, you can wish you never stopped, or you can, find something. I got a handful of people, and I sent him different people and referred them, and he'll do whatever he's going to do. But I mean, look, people like that are everywhere right now. By the way, the peak interest question that I teach in that course is, let's say I was on Google and I looked up some realtor and I see Aaron's a realtor up in Vancouver. I'd pick up the phone and say, hi, is Aaron in? Aaron, Todd Falcone, how you doing? She's like, good, what can I do for you? Listen, hey, I'm an entrepreneur here in Bend, Oregon. I'm in the process of expanding my business up into Vancouver. I love working with people in the real estate community, and I have a very simple question for you, and that is, do you at all keep your options open in terms of making any money outside of what you're currently doing as a real estate professional? That is the exact question that I ask. In fact, I'm going to type it in the comments section. I have a recurring webinar that I do. It runs every 15 minutes. I'm not going to tell you it's live because it's not live. It's a recurring training. It's a 1-hour training on recruiting professionals. So if you're curious about this methodology, it's an hour-long training. Definitely bring a pen and paper. I put it in the comments section. You can go check it out. You'll learn a lot in the hour. I'm going to tell you right now, I do sell the full course at the end of it. You can make up your mind whether you want to do that or not, but I think you can pick up enough in that hour training where you'll get it. But if you really, really want to get it, I would suggest getting the course. I'm not here to, I wasn't going to plan on bringing that up, but, since I shared that story and Carolyn asked me that question, I figured I'd just put that out there, but you can watch that later. But I would say that I'm going to give you some actionable items. I'm going to give you 4 things that I think you should start doing now. Number 1 is you have to create a new law in your life, a new rule in your life, if you haven't done it already. And this is not a goal. This is a rule. In other words, never does a day pass without me doing X. And I'll tell you what X is here in a second. But what I want you to start doing, and this is, and I will promise you this, if you do this and you make this your new rule, this is what I do every day. I never go to bed until I've done this. In other words, you cannot go night-night until you've done this. You'll never have a problem with your isogenics check. You'll never have a problem with your cycles. You'll never have an issue with your cycles, where did they go? Why are they dissipating? So, because here's the deal. You already know what leads, you know what you need to do. You need to be reaching out to people, putting people in the product, putting people in the business. So I think it's very important that you set a rule for yourself where you give yourself a daily minimum. So I don't ever end a day until I've reached out to X number of people specifically to talk to them about isogenics. Now, what's that number? 1, that's a pretty low number. I think you need to shoot a little higher than that. 50. So I did an A-team. Actually, the A-team that I'm going to do right after this, I'm doing my final week for this A-team that I'm just wrapping up tonight. 50 is a little too high. Because I had a guy that said 50, and I'm like, really? So you're going to tell me every single day you're going to do 50? You're never going to let a day pass without doing 50 reach outs for your business? I said, brother, are you sure you can live up to that? Because I'm going to hold you to it. And he's like, well, and then because it needs to be a number that forces you to stretch, but that you can accomplish every day. Because if it's 50 and you never hit 50, you're going to be disappointed every day. You're going to be letting yourself down every day. It's a promise. Like here's a, discipline is making a promise to yourself and then following through on that promise. That's essentially the definition of discipline, right? So if you discipline yourself and give yourself some new law, like nobody here gets up in the morning. Actually, you know what's crazy? This literally just happened. I did a Zoom right before. I was saying, I'll tell you what happened. None of you get out of bed and walk out of your house into the neighborhood naked, right? You don't get in your car naked, drive around town, get out, go in the store, buck naked. You don't do that. I mean, maybe you'd want to. I mean, I love being naked, but I don't want to go to jail because there's literally a law, and it's called indecent exposure, right? So there's a law that prohibits us, even if those of us that like being naked, we don't do it because we'll go to jail for it. I literally had a naked woman on my last Zoom. I actually talked about it, and then all of a sudden, there was a naked woman on the Zoom, and we were all like, oh, she doesn't know her camera's on, and there's her entire naked body right in front of me. I'm like, oh boy. I was actually being serious. I was kidding about the nakedness. And tried to stay like, okay, turn off your camera. She needs isogenics, but I'll just say, I'm not gonna say anything else. I'll just leave it there.
It's too funny. I mean, I've heard toilet flushes, but never had the naked.
Oh my gosh.
I am seriously dying right now.
I'm not even joking. You can't even make that stuff up. I mean, straight up, like she was flat ass naked, like naked.
And she didn't know her camera was on?
Nope. Boobs and all, everything right in front of my face for everybody to see.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So, but she'll live through it. It'll be fine. She'll be good. So
you may not.
No, I'll be good.
Traumatized.
Yeah. So number one is
repeat that. You said discipline is making a promise to myself
and keeping it. So it's like none of us like it when people make us a promise and then they break a promise. How do you think we feel internally and our unconscious mind feels internally when we break a promise to ourselves? It's like it's going to lead us to disappointment. So whatever that number is, you need to pick the number that you can hit every day based on the amount of hours that you have available to build your business. I'm not going to tell you what the number is. You need to know what that number is yourself based on how much time. But, one isn't enough. I don't know what the number is, 5, 10. I mean, depend. Like all of us have got plenty of time on our hands. I mean, think you could. What if you did 10 a day? Seriously, if you'd said, I'm doing 10 a day for the next 365 days, you would have no problem in your isogenics earnings whatsoever.
And you would have no problem. That's 10 invites to brand new people. Like that sentence that you said. It's like pick up the phone, or is it a Facebook message? I mean, legit, it's a phone call.
Call, Facebook message, but it's a direct invite. So
an invite to look at your business.
Yeah, for sure.
And so here's a question, Todd, and this is so awesome because I reached out to one of my old customers and I said, hey, would you be open? How are things going? At first I just did like hey, virus is going on. How are you making out? And he said, oh, not good. Just had to let go of 5 people. I'm a painter. And I said, hey, listen, I know you love our products. Would you be open to learning how to create some income? Because I know you love the products. And he said, yeah, I'm open to, let me take a look. So I sent him some information, obviously, whatever. He hasn't responded, but this is where sometimes I'll get stuck, and maybe other people too. Do I send them to the opportunity meeting tomorrow night, a movie, like a nice movie? In your day or in 2020, what do you think is the best thing to send someone?
I mean, video obviously dominates in today's market. So whether it's on iSamovie or something else, you guys know what your tools are. Whatever's going to do the best job of disseminating that information so he has a clear understanding of what this business means.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a video or 2 videos, whatever's going to paint the picture of the story in the best way possible. And I think you guys, that's your responsibility to know what those are and what's available. And I know you got a ton of different choices, but if we're talking specifically business, I don't know if there's a straight up business presentation that's done that you can get them in front of, or I see people shaking their heads. So obviously there is, get them in front of that. So that's the first thing. So that's the first actionable item, is making sure you do that. The second thing, and this is one of the reasons why I've never had a down year, is look, I learned a long time ago that this business is like, people buy from those that they like and trust, right? We do business with people that make us feel good. And nobody likes going back to a restaurant that was terrible service, or they treated you like crap, or some business where they just, paid no attention to you, or they said they were going to do it and then they didn't. You'll get my money once, but you ain't getting it ever again. And so I learned a long time ago like literally 30 years ago that, you know, the number one reason people buy is because they like you, they trust you, they feel good about you. And so I always sought out to be a relationship builder and be more relationship focused and transactionally focused. So if like the only time you call somebody or reach out to them is when you want something, you're probably not going to get it. Like if the only time you ever reach out to me is when you want to tell me again about Isogenics, I'm not going to respond to you. But if you have made an effort and you stay connected with me and you know, reach out and see how I'm doing and say what's up and or whatever, then you're going to, then if and when I do choose to reach out to you again, you're going to respond favorably. In fact, do me a favor real quick. I'm going to do a quick exercise with you guys. I want you guys to do it while we're here. For those of you that can, Sherry, Angela, Mara, Jackie, Amanda, Lisa, if you're, I mean, I know we're all sitting at home in our sweats, most of us. I don't care what you look like, but turn on your phones or whatever. Turn on your camera. I want to see you guys. If your camera's not on, I want to see you for this particular exercise, and you can pop it off if you want to again. And I see like Leah and Jenny and a couple of you. Hey, Jenny, how you doing?
Wow, that's so much better.
Some of you are on your phones because I can see from the vertical look that you're on your phone, so you can't do this right now. But the rest of you, grab your phone and put it in your hands. Pull out your phone, okay? Right? Grab it. If you can get it, okay. I see. Well, I mean, some of you are on your phone, so I get it. So here's what I want you to do if you can have the phone in your hands. Open up your address book. Right now, you're going to do this exercise right now. Open up your address book. You know where that is. Go to the letter A. Go all the way to the beginning of the alphabet. Find the very first person where it's been, I don't know, 3, 4, 5, 6 months since you've talked to him. You'll look at the name. You're like, I haven't talked to that guy in 6 months. If it's your ex-boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, why are they in your phone? Get them out of there. Shouldn't be in there. Get those people out of there. For some of you don't even like, delete them. Now, we're no judgment here. This is not an Isogenics pitch. You're going to send them a text message right now. I mean, how many of you, it's the very first person? Very first person on your phone. Anybody? Every time I do this, it's always somebody's like, it's literally the first person in their phone I haven't talked to. Now, should only take you seconds to find it. Now, open up a text message to that person while we're here. Send them this text message in your own words. Aaron, oh, Todd Falcone, what is up? Holy smokes, been forever, been too long. How the heck are you? We need to catch up. What's going on, girl? If you don't talk like that, then don't talk like that. But if it was Aaron, I'd probably say just that, right?
And I can say, Todd, that you definitely live by this. I mean, that's how I feel that you are. You really care. You are like a friend. That's why you're so awesome. You live this.
Yeah, maintaining connections between doing business with people. And whether we do business or not, I'm going to still maintain connections with you. So send the message. Not ... Oh, I got to tell you about Isogenics. So you're going to send the message. Don't judge. Don't press send. Send the message.
Say the message again.
It's just Wendy, Todd Falcone. How the heck are you? It's been forever. We haven't talked to you in like ages. What are you doing? Let's catch up. Let's get on the phone and chat. One of 3 things is going to happen. 1, your phone's going to ring. Please don't answer it during the Zoom. Press the red button. Send them back a quick text message. Say, listen, I'm just finishing something up, and I'll call you in a bit. 2, they're going to send you a text back, and they're going to go, OMG, yes, you're right. Holy smokes, we need to catch up. It's so great to hear from you. Or 3, they're going to say, who is this? And that's a person that just sees a phone number, and they're like, they don't even have you saved in their phone. And you're going to respond back, and you're going to tell them who it is. Now, how many of you think you have somebody in your phone like named Dave or Susan or Bill, and it's just Bill and a phone number, and you don't even know who the hell that person is?
Yeah.
Okay. Never again as a network marketer will you ever do that after being with me. Ever again. Unacceptable. By the way, Bill, or whoever the person's name is, here's the text you send to that person. Bill, I don't know who you are, but you're in my phone. You know me. This is Todd Falcone. I have you in here as Bill. I don't know who you are. I don't know how we met. Which Bill is this? Whatever, something like that. And then they go, yeah, we met at probably not the strip club, but the bar, the this, the that, whatever. I don't know, wherever it might have been. And then you could reconnect. Oh, yeah, no, now I remember. See, like when I add anybody to my phone, I put their first and their last name in there. And there's a note section in your phone. Where we met, how we met, who referred you to me, what we talked about, who your favorite sports team is, what do you do, what your kids' names are, whatever notes are. In fact, when I'm making phone calls, like I literally log every single bit of business building activity. I have this thing called the Fearless Network for Prospecting Partner. And I log, and you'll see this, these are actual entries. I log every single text, phone call, email, left message. I log every bit of business building activity. And I keep records. So I have chronological record of every single bit of business building activity. And when I'm sitting here, let's say I'm calling somebody, Jason Lyons. Well, I'm talking to Jason. I'm having, I'm writing some notes down. If Jason's a guy that I want to keep and I want to have a conversation with him, I add him to my contact record. I put the notes in there. I've got notes on every single person that unless they're a family member. I got notes of like how we met, who we introduced me, where we were at, what we talked about, whatever I felt was important. And that's important because it puts you in a totally different position. You want to know the Grand Canyon? You want to know how you're going to create a Grand Canyon between you and everybody that you compete with? Here it is. When you find out what somebody's deepest passion or interest is, what they're into. Like if you follow me around on Facebook for like a week, you're like, dude, that guy loves to ski, loves to be in the trees, loves to go fly fishing, loves to go mountain biking. That guy's like out in the woods. Like there's other things I like to do, but it'd be pretty easy just to figure out what I like. Now, if you knew, for example, that I'm like hardcore snow skier and you're like on YouTube scrolling around one day and you see some dude skiing some crazy line, you're like, Falcone. Copy, paste, send it to me. You're like, hey, Todd, I just saw this, thought about you. It's 2 minutes of entertainment for me, but it goes, oh, yeah, Wendy knows me. She knows me. She knows me. So when you find out what somebody's deepest passion or interest is and you're thoughtful, you see an article, you see something that makes you think of them and you send it to them. And it doesn't even have to be that, but I'll give you a quick, very interesting example. So my friend Andy Tabor, who is my neighbor in Scottsdale, she's such an amazing, amazing lady. Last summer, my wife and kids went back to Scottsdale to visit during the summer. I'm like, I'm not going. You can go. I'm going to go camp in my rig for the next couple of weeks while you guys go sweat it out in the desert. And so I someday, like right after they had left, I go to the mailbox and there's like this little package. And I open it up and it's this card. Hey, Todd, Andy, we miss you. Wish you were here, blah, blah, blah. And I pull out these Bob Ross socks, like happy little cloud socks. Now, am I like into Bob Ross? Like, is Bob Ross my passion? If I'm stressed out, I'll go to YouTube and watch some Bob Ross and all my worries go away. If you don't know who Bob Ross is, you might want to go Google that guy. It's like, if you're ever stressed out, you just watch Bob Ross paint one painting and all of your worries will go away. You don't have to take Valium. You'll be fine, right? So, Bob, not that you would ever take Valium anyhow, but I'm just using that as an example. So 5 years ago, I was Bob Ross for Halloween. And I was a really good Bob Ross. And she walked into a store, saw those happy little cloud socks, and goes, Todd, immediately, Todd. I don't know how much they were, $4.99, $5.99. She grabbed them. Wasn't my birthday. Wasn't any special day. She put it in a package, wrote me a sweet card, sent it to me. Now, I'm 53. I don't help anybody move. So if you call me up and say, hey, will you help me move? The answer is no. Now, if like back in college and I was like your one bedroom apartment, your studio, way back when we were younger, yeah, I'll help you move, throw the stuff in the car. But you got 2-3 bedrooms. That's what movers are for. If you need help, I'll help you pay for the movers and I'll drink a beer with you watching the movers, but I ain't touching anything. Okay. But now Andy, if she called me up and her and Justin were moving in the middle of July in Scottsdale and she said, hey, Todd, will you come and help me and Justin move? I'd pay for my own airline ticket to fly down to Scottsdale, Arizona to sweat my butt off to help them move. Why? Because of how she's made me feel. So this next exercise, this next daily thing, which you just did a little bit of is reaching out, is making emotional deposits into the accounts of people that you want to do business with. So something I've done for a long time is like, I grew up in Seattle for 17 years. I lived in Long Beach, California for 9 years. I moved to Monterey. I lived there for 11 years. I was back in Seattle for 8, down in Scottsdale for 5, and now I've been in Bend, Oregon for 3 years. In every one of those neighborhoods, I'm the guy that stays in contact with my bros from growing up, the people that I went to Long Beach State with, my friends in Scottsdale, my friends in Monterey. Many of those relationships would have dried up, just like relationships are like plants. They need to be watered, fertilized. So if I were to call Bart Scott, who I haven't seen since 1985, I've known him since 3rd grade, but I've not physically seen him since 1985, but I've stayed connected with him. We've talked on the phone. I've connected with him on Facebook. We've had chats. If I were to reach out to Bart right now and say, Bart, I've got a business I'm doing. I'd love to show you what I'm up to. He'll be receptive to the message. But what if I have not talked to Bart Scott since 85? I find him on Facebook and I go, Bart, hey, Todd Falcone, remember me? He's like, who? He may not even remember who I am. Todd Falcone, yeah, we used to go fishing together. Oh, yeah, man. Well, it's been 30 years, dude. Hey, I got this business I want to tell you about. What? That's a little weird, right? So one of the greatest things that you can do is through your network is stay well connected to your network. This is like the long tail strategy. This is not overnight strategy, but it is a very powerful strategy of you staying connected. And I'm the guy that I'm known for it. I mean, my network of friends know that I'm the guy that will reach out just to say what's up, and not, hey, book me for a call. Let's do another meeting, or, hey, I got this thing I want to show you. Because if the only time that you reach out to somebody is when you want something, you're very unlikely to get it. I got people in my phone that I know that they'll call me, and the only time they're calling me is when they're pitching me the next deal that they're in. And it worked for me the first couple. I picked up the phone the first couple times, but he's literally never called me in between ever. I see him call, he gets the red button. You want to be a green button person. So that's the second thing you do. Number 3 is I want you to eat the frog. There's a book called Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy. Here's the essence of the book. You do the hardest task first thing in the morning. In this business, it's that most intimidating prospect that you've been putting off, that you've been, I don't know if I want to, what if the chicken list. You get your chicken list person off of your list first thing in the morning, and the rest of your day is a cakewalk. Whatever the hardest thing is, you get it done first thing in the morning. The most intimidating prospect, that's the first person, the best person to get to. What a cute little dog. Oh, we got a new puppy. What a great time. There's no better time to get up. We got this new puppy like 2 weeks ago. Oh my gosh. That is the best time for my kids. Get a puppy, a little distraction in the household. Louis. I don't know what he is yet. We have no idea. He's probably like, I don't know what he is. Probably end up being 175 pounds. I have no idea. Hopefully not that big. But he's cute right now because he's a puppy, except he's peeing everywhere. Number 4 is you right now more than ever need to be spending time daily sharpening your saw, working on your skills, putting something in your head that's growing you, watching something that's inspiring you, reading a book, listening to an audio. Your news needs to be off. I'm not saying don't be informed. You get 30 minutes of news a day. That's it. Not 2 hours, not 4 hours, not the whole day on the couch. You get 30 minutes to get updated on what the heck's going on, and then you're done. Right? You're done. News feed. I'd really warn you about the news feed right now. I love connecting with people on Facebook, but the news feed right now, for the most part, so I've programmed myself to just get past the negativity, but it's pretty easy to get sucked into some of that stuff. So I would suggest you try to avoid that at all costs. So those are 4 actionable items. Number 1, daily minimum of specific business reach outs. Number 2, reconnections, re-engagements every day. Number 3 is get that hardest task done first thing in the morning. Number 4 is 30 minutes a day minimum sharpening your saw. And I'll tell you this right now, you guys have a big responsibility. If you're in network marketing, which all of you are, you need to take action now. The world needs you badly. People need you badly. Look, we are not an overnight solution, and you know that. But you know as well as I do, the bonus program that Isogenics has, and I'm very well aware of it, you could come in and hustle with somebody. They could make 5, 6, 8, 10 grand their first month if they hustled. You know that's true. Is it going to happen for everybody? No. But somebody who comes in and you were to lock arms with somebody and go get after it, you could help somebody make a big, big difference. And I think that now is not the time to be sitting idly. Let me finish with something really quickly, and then if we have some questions, I'd be happy to take them. Aaron mentioned something that I do, which is called A-Team, and both Aaron and Wendy had gone through it a while back. I run A-Team every quarter. I'm finishing up. My next A-Team starts in 18 minutes, actually. And it is basically, what's the best way for me? It's like hiring a personal fitness trainer, but for your business. I kick your butt a little bit. Okay. I get you to do more. I am pot committed to keeping people's head in the game in this crazy time that we're in. And so last Wednesday, in the middle of the day, I made an executive decision with my team. I called an emergency meeting with my web guy and my personal assistant. I said, I'm dropping the price of A-Team, change it to $99. It's never been $99. When you guys both did it, it was $4.99. I know for a fact it was. I've never done it for $99. I'll probably never do it again for $99. But given what's going on, and there are so many people that will continue to struggle to keep their head in the game, I want to run with as many people as possible. We've already had we've already had more people register for A-Team, I think, than I've ever had register. And we're going to take a bunch of people for a run. This is a group of people that have a commitment to staying focused during a 90-day period of time. And just to sweeten the pot, this thing right here, which you see in front of you, this is called Cracking the Code to Success in Network Marketing. This is the physical version. It's 6 volumes, 19 CDs. I produced this 4 years ago. This is the most comprehensive A to Z training on how to succeed in network marketing on audio that I have ever produced. I have a lot of video training. This is pretty much 100% audio. I'll give you, when you register for A-Team, I'll instantly give you the full digital version of this. Why am I doing that? For 2 reasons. Number one, we don't start A-Team until the 14th. And I want your head in something good. April 14th is the start date, Tuesday night. April 14th is the start date. Number two is, again, because it doesn't start for 2.5, well, almost 3 weeks, you've got something to listen to. And I'm giving the audio to you because I don't want you to be distracted and be on your computer or listening. You can have this and listen to it on your phone, put it in your pocket, and be walking around the house, listen to me teaching you how to be better at network marketing and not get pulled into whatever other stuff you might get pulled into. So that sells by itself on my page for $4.97 retail. So you get into A-Team, which is normally $4.99 for $99. And I'm going to give you Cracking the Code, which, by the way, you get immediately. So within like 15 minutes of you registering, you'll get an email with a login and password. I'm like, only you know if you need the help. I know that I can get you to do more. And I know I'll do a great job of helping you keep your head in the game and keep you more productive. And you can't sit down right now, you guys. You cannot lay back. This is the time to step up bigger and brighter than you've ever done in your Isogenics life. This is the time to be running. I'm running harder now the last few weeks than I've been running. And I run hard all the time when I'm working. I got this philosophy: when you work, work. And when you play, play. If I'm working, I'm working. I'm getting it done. If I'm playing, I'm having a blast playing. But look, again, you got plenty of time on your hands right now. The time is now to be getting out there and sharing what this amazing opportunity is, what your products are. And you know what? People need, and I would say this, we got to be classy, okay? And I know you're all classy people. I've seen some people not so classy talking about, hey, this is going to help you with your coronavirus. We don't want to use any of that crap. That's just bad news. But you know what? People need to be keeping their immune systems in check. They need to be taking your supplements. They need to be putting good nutrition in their bodies just in case. I mean, there's a pretty good chance that all of us will, ultimately get this thing. And the better your immune system is, the healthier you are, the more likelihood you're going to get through this. Like, I just have a friend of mine that has it. And I watched her go through it on Facebook because she was putting Facebook videos up. She's on the tail end of it. She's 32, and she never had to go to the hospital. She had some bad fever, bad stuff, but she didn't have to get put on a ventilator. And she's back at it. I saw her do a Facebook Live earlier today. So, but I think it is important for us to be bringing health and wealth to people. And you guys represent a brand and a company that can help people do that. So, the website for that really quickly is toddfalcone.com/team, TEAM. TODD.
Todd,
Yes,
I
go
have just
ahead.
a really quick question. So is it 90 days? Is that what you're saying? $99 is 90 days?
Yeah.
And you come on, like from what I remember the format, it's weekly. You do a call kind of like this every week, and then you give us assignments. We got a big binder of papers of like to-dos and.
Yeah. I mean, I only have you do things that actually make you money. So I don't have you do like homework and things that aren't going to help you produce more. I go live Tuesday night, 6 p.m. For 12 weeks starting on Tuesday the 14th. So it's a video. Like, I'll go live into a Facebook group, a private Facebook group that you're put into. That's where all the content is delivered. And then I deliver other content in between the Tuesday live video that I do. You get full access to me. If you got questions, you need help with anything, you can reach out in the group. I'll assist you if you're unclear with anything. I make myself fully available to you for that 90-day run that we're doing. So, and the details are on that. Go ahead.
That's 9 Pacific time?
6 Pacific, 9 Eastern.
And you're saying April 14th is when it starts?
April 14th. So in about I don't know, on my website, it actually says how many days it starts. I don't know the exact number of days.
So
I know
just curious, I know it's, is it like an accountability check-in or is it on your own? Just curious. I'm having surgery. Supposedly it was just rescheduled for April 22nd, and I'll probably be down for about 2 weeks.
Okay, here's the deal. So it starts in 21 days. The live session that I do is every Tuesday, 6 p.m. It will be permanently in the group. So if you miss the live, you can hear what I talked about and trained about what the challenge is. Ideally, it's great to be there for every session. If you miss one or two, not a big deal. You can catch up. And and then I have you tracking revenue producing activities every week. Every Sunday, you actually turn your points into the group. So there's definitely a high degree of accountability, and the whole thing is designed to get you to stay focused on personal production, which is really critical in network marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. I know it.
Awesome.
It worked for me when I did it, for sure.
Yeah, I know you had a big bonus at the end of that. I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did too as well. I mean, it was really crucial. I think it's hard to stay on track, but this was really great to keep us. Hi, Carolyn.
And this
So I have a
is
question.
this is a printout of the workbook that we use for it. Yeah, go ahead, Carolyn.
So if I wanted to get this out to my team, besides them having to listen to this call, what's the easiest way where I can send them a description, what it is, when it starts is
So the website that I just typed in there, toddfalcone.com/TEAM. If you go there, that page describes what it is. There's a video of me talking about it. There's a video on the page. It explains what it is. I think, and the bonus is on there too. My team actually just changed that. So it shows the cracking the code to success, and they changed the price point on it. So it's on I'm actually on it right now.
Mm-hmm.
So you can send people directly there. And if Carolyn, if you wanted to, I've got time. So if you wanted to do some other special Zoom for your group, I'm happy to do that too, if you want to reach out to me.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Yeah, it's good. Todd, if it were you, if you were in Plateau or if you were new, what would you do as far as building Isogenics? What would your daily to-do list? Like, how many would you reach out to?
That's a great question. I would reach out to as many possible people as I could from the moment that I woke up until I passed out that night. Eight to faint. I get asked the question all the time, like, what's the ideal number? I mean, what else is there? Like, what else are we doing? Like, let's see, right now it's 5:51 p.m. I've been here, other than my walk, the entire time. I snuck down and I had a little bite to eat a little while ago, but it flew all over the kitchen. So literally, like, my whole lunch flew all over the kitchen. And I was like, I guess I'm not eating lunch right now.
And to be fair, many of us have worked like that. And I didn't watch TV for 4 years. So I've been there. And that's what it's going to take for all of us to get back into momentum.
Yeah, I mean, it's all a decision. It's a choice. Like, how fast do you want to make it happen? But if you really wanted to, like, if you're going to create momentum, you create momentum through massive action. And it's all dependent on how much time available that you have and how much energy you have.
So Todd, can I share something?
Yep.
Aaron, Wendy, if you guys check my One Tribe in Action page, I posted a video that David Moses did. He's the #1 income earner in Zija. I think sometimes when we see someone else's excitement about what we have that we've taken for granted, this guy is like, he's the #1 income earner. And he is like, I'm in the zone. I am doing this. I'm signing up 6 people. I'm like, I gotta get into action. Like, that guy got me all excited. And so I'm in, I hate to use that word, lockdown for 2 weeks. I cannot even go out of the house. My neighbors all know I'm come from the US, so better not see me walking around or doing anything. So this is like an ideal time, because I've heard people say, I went to a hotel room, locked myself in the hotel for 2 days. And so, like, I've made my list. I've gone through Facebook. I don't know who those people are. So I just make my list, and I'm doing exactly what you said. So I've got 4 appointments booked tomorrow, which is like, that's a lot. I don't think I've done 4 in a day.
Good for you. It's good to be in
You know,
action. That's
like,
good.
Well, so I'm in lockdown mode. So this is a perfect time for me to dive deep into my organization of people who I'm going deep. I'm going 2, 3, and 4 levels deep of people who used to be there that I had a connection with. And so I'm doing all kinds of calls tomorrow based with those people. Because my husband says this, it's easier to bring somebody back and you're going from an 8 to a 10 rather than a new person who you're taking them from a 1 to a 10. Where do you want to go? So I'm doing exactly that, Todd, with empathy. I'm just saying to people, look, you know, how are you? Blah, 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 all that. I've done all that, for the first 5 days of lockdown. That's what I did. Now I'm going back to them, just checking back with you. And by the way, I noticed you haven't been in Isogenics doing anything for 2 years. So what's up with that? Can we have a chat about it?
Love that. What's up with that? I love your directness. I can see that, you know, I've hung out with you, so I know that's like, you're like straight up. So,
well, I just said, I just want to know what happened, right? So the one guy is an athlete. I just go, what happened? He said, well, I wanted to try the natural route. I said, so how's that going? I said, that's great. Oh, I'm going to lose power. I said, that's fantastic. But would you be open to revisiting Isogenics? Because you haven't looked at anything for 8 months. And what if I put you on a call with a performance coach who you already talked to, who told you the deal, but he's going to remind you again. He said, super, tomorrow, anytime between 1 and 4. I go, great, let's hook up.
Love it. Love it.
So I think we just, you know, when we have a rule book, like do this, 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 and this, we know it, but somebody else telling us to do it. So just go do
and that's the good thing about the accountability. I know, Todd, you gotta go right in like 1 minute here.
Yeah.
So Carolyn, I really appreciate that, and I don't want to cut you off. So should we say a big thank you to Todd? Does anyone want to jump out and just say a thank you, what they got away from this? Like real quick, let's take some turns, and then we'll stop the recording, and then we can talk as a team. Just jump out and say something here to Todd as a thank you. Rhonda, go for it.
I jump out? Yeah.
Yeah, go Rhonda.
So Todd, I'll just give you a little brief history. Both my daughter and I are teachers, and we're home.
Yeah.
So we have been working tirelessly too, like taking advantage of the fact that we're not in school right now, and really going crazy with a lot of prospects that we've had, but now having her here with me and working really hard. So we really appreciate you coming on with us, and my goodness, you have some great tips. So thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it.
Carolyn,
I could vouch for Todd's A team because I've done it twice and rank advanced once in it.
Ah, I know.
Jenny, that's right. And Jenny's a dog trainer, so she can help you with the pup.
Oh my gosh. Help me. He's peeing. He's 3 months. And he's like, I take him out every 30 minutes. But like, why are you peeing over there? So if you got any tips, I got to take him. Find me.
It's never your dog's fault. That's the tip.
Oh boy. Yeah, that's true. Okay. All right. I'll take that to heart. I'll have a conversation with Carla here after I get done with this next Zoom. So
yeah.
Listen, I got to pop off, but ladies, and do we have any gentlemen? Looks like it's all ladies. What's up? Female power. I love it.
Girl
I love
power.
it. Listen, I appreciate the opportunity. I love you guys. And I really, again, you represent an amazing brand, and you have a responsibility. I think it's time for you guys to step up and show the world what you're made of. Okay. So thank you so much. Great to see all of the familiar faces, Lisa and others that I've seen and met, and Wendy took off, but tell Wendy, bye. I'll see you soon. Thanks,
Bye,
guys.
Todd. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Guys,